bulky. A roar brought me back to the game. Ramirez at the plate, 2 on base, and 33,311 rose as one, anticipating RBIs. When Manny flied harmlessly to shallow center, the crowd wilted like a deflating balloon, and I realized my 2 beers had caught up with my bladder. I excused Meade my way down the row, fans popping from seats like corks to let me pass, and took my place at the end of a long line of women and kids. I should have gone during the home half of the inning, but who leaves with men on base? I could have gone to the smaller ladies' room on the third base side, but even though the central corral is the most crowded, I always stop by to say hi to Florrie Andrews. When I was a cop, everybody wanted Fenway detail work. Being bottom of the pecking order, I rarely got it, but when I did, I learned to appreciate Florrie's skill. She's the number caller. Here's how it works. Each stall has a number over the door, must be 30 of them, and presiding over organized chaos is a woman who weighs 250 easy, sitting in a rickety chair, listening to Sox radio, doing intricate hoop embroidery, and calling out the number of the next free stall with speed an auctioneer would envy. All this without seeming to glance up, ever, as though she could tell the number of the empty stall by the unique sound of its toilet's flush. They all sound the same to me, but Florrie's a pro. I was watching a woman in front of me switch her feet from first to fifth ballet position when I felt a tug at my sleeve and put a name to a face I'd glimpsed at the front gate. Moochie.
"Hey, Carlotta, do me a favor here."
What he really said was, "Hey, Carlotta, do me a favor here," in a voice that was pure gravel. "Hey, Moochie, this is the wrong line for you." The right line for Moochie would have ended in jail and been reserved for hairballs and losers. Moochie was a drunk and a petty thief when I ran him in. His ambition was to rob a bank so he'd get respect in stir. Never considered getting away with it.
"Hey,"
he went on,
"my little girl here, my niece, could you take her in with yous?"
"Is she hot?"
"What you mean?"
"You steal this kid, Mooch?"
"Ginny, baby, who'm I? Uncle Marty?"
Her frilly white blouse stopped well above baggy red pants, exposing a pudgy belly. She wore 4 gold bangles on her left wrist.
"Come on, a favor."
The line was moving, and the women and kids behind me shuffled restlessly. Little Ginny gazed up at me with sky-blue eyes. "Where should we meet you?"
"I'll be right here, waiting."
That's not how it sounded, but you get the idea. 27, 16, 13's wide open. We were getting close enough to hear Florrie's deep voice. "How old are you, Ginny?"
4.5.
Was 4.5 old enough to go into a stall by herself and do her stuff? "Do you have any tricky buttons or anything?" I asked. "Can you pee all by yourself?"
"Mommy says tinkle."
"Can you tinkle by yourself?"
"Course I can. I'm not a baby."
"Number 6 is free. Hey there, Officer Carlyle." "Just Carlotta, Miss Andrews." "Florrie to you, and who's this little darlin'?" "Picked her up outside. Name's Ginny." "Ginny, you take number 4 right over here." I was dispatched to number 17, where I returned the beer, wondering how in hell Florrie had identified me without lifting her head or missing a beat on the numbers. I met up with Ginny, talking with Florrie, and we washed quickly. Everybody moves quickly in there because they want to get out. It's a sty, Exhibit A for those who favor a new Fenway Park. Me? I think they need to renovate the bathrooms. Moochie wasn't waiting. "Did Uncle Marty give you your ticket stub, Ginny?" She gave me blank blue eyes. I swiveled and surveyed the crowd, fans hurrying to their seats, laden with junk food, smokers leaning against the walls, watching the teenage girls, tank-topped and tightly jeaned, testing their power by wiggling their hips. There was no line outside the nearby men's room. Maybe Moochie was in there. Maybe he'd come out the door right now. Nope. Ginny's damp hand tugged me down to the level of her mouth.
"Can I have cotton candy? Pink?"